crowd. Third largest regular season crowd ever for Carolina.
Of course, Montreal did their part, Dean, but it won't matter if Minnesota holds on with this scoreline.
And how they play, he knows the coaching staff, he knows the players. So when you pick a guy like that up, you really don't. There's not a lot in early. He's got good size. That ball's not going to be a problem.
Talked about the last game for the Strikers. For the Stars, they're coming off a nice win in Saputo Stadium.
Great goal scorer. It's a shame he's not on the field right now, but maybe we'll see him as the match progresses. I think anytime you go to Montreal and you get a result, that's
good switch by Clements. Little touch there by Davis, back to Diaz. Into the captain, Kyle Altman. Sitting with 44 points. Next is Puerto Rico in second place with 32 points.
Their Minnesota team in third, and only, I believe, 4 points separates them. So tonight's a huge.
For a moment, but a good recovery there by Scott Gordon to slide, put his foot on it, and the clearance from Shriver. We'll pull it back and play it back to Diaz. Out now, Bo, bringing it forward. Looking for Shriver, marked closely by Diaz. Here's Diaz now for the Stars. Deldo puts his foot on it. Knocked away by Kremelmeyer, controlled by Diaz. Ball into the corner, but the flag comes up.
This is where you just want to keep it moving. Keep finding feet.
Acalello to get around Ilchu.
Good work by Brock.
Bracalello tackled there by Knowles, knocked forward by Kremelmeyer.
Good defending by Knowles. Really respecting Bracalello, getting into his space early, denying him the opportunity to turn, and in the end makes it difficult for him to even keep the ball, and he turns it over.
Nice little touch by Altman. Ryan Woods awaiting to enter the game for the Stars. Stars maintaining possession, just working it around the field.
Yeah, I think they have a band playing before tonight's game. The beer garden's always full, so there's something for everybody here, and you always know there's going to be good soccer. So,
and simply turning it over to the impact.
The unforced turnovers right now are the most out.
Now Woods playing it left to Diaz. Bracalello poked away from behind by Ilchu. Davis, Clements, now Diaz. For through Bracalello! Lowry touches it forward. Gotsmanov. Altman, he'll continue it and swing it left to Diaz. And go. Joe Warren quickly distributes the ball to Cristiano Diaz.
As good as Iri Parapovic was, I think a lot of credit tonight goes to Amir Lowry, too, for what Montreal's doing. He's really quarterbacked their midfield, and he's been very hard defensively. He's kept them very organized. He's also passed forward well, so I think he's kind of been an unassuming anchor in their midfield. That's
forward. Woods. Gotsmanov back to Woods. Diaz gives it back to Gabandi. Cameron Knowles puts it back in play. Diouf lets it run on, right to the foot of Cristiano Diaz. He quickly...
The Stars, you got to look at this, and it didn't go the way you wanted it to, and you're frustrated, and you're disappointed with where you're at. But, you know, even looking ahead, you want to create some momentum going into your next match. You know, fourth team playing each other now. They definitely know each other. I think there's a couple different wrinkles that the coaches will show each other, but for the most part, it's going to be what they've seen the previous 3 games. So it should be a tight affair.
Simply good ball in to Westlake. Trying to thread the needle, but Diaz intercepts it.
They did a good job. Montreal already, it's very early, but they've established that they want to.
Now with the ball. Knocks it long for Ubi Parapovic. Good flick on header there. Diaz is there for the Stars. Poked away by Sabrango. The ball will belong to the Stars. Now Davis. Neal
Just really had a lot of the ball. He does a good job finding places to find it, and Montreal is really comfortable playing into him.
Field. Just about 24 minutes in. 1-0 our score in favor of the Impact on a goal by Sinisha.
Some dip on it to get the defensive team to freeze a bit and open up opportunities for your players to attack it. Just too much height on that.
Here's Diaz. Far post. Diaz heads it back in. But the ball had gone out of play before Diaz hit it. Diaz under pressure from Sabrango.
I think the problem here, Chris, is the Stars, the players in advanced positions are doing a lot of stand.
Now Diaz.
This is where they need the movement. Players need to be coming into spaces to find the ball.
The former players will step on the field one more time starting at 6 o'clock. Their game will be followed by the Stars hosting the Atlanta Silverbacks starting at 7:30.
Themselves, you can see the energy rate picking up a little bit.
Good tackle by Diaz, and then he knocks it off of Krummelmeyer and wins the goal kick. Off the assist from Simon Gotti.
That's where he wants to be, obviously, as an attacking player, and he did well with the defender draped all over him to get the shot off. Just not enough on it.
Now Parapovic. Good ball in. Trying to connect with Ilchu, but Diaz
off the pass, and has done a good job this year to be more well-rounded. And I think in a game like this where he can't find it and he can't quite create.
Important player of this team. Let's see. Here it goes, though.
We are underway at NSC Stadium in Blaine, Minnesota. Thank you, as always, for joining us here. Rago up the line for Antoniuk. Seiko. Pass too far for Antoniuk. Diaz comes up with it for the Stars. Quickly ahead. Little chip into the corner for Yamada, or excuse me, for Seiko. Poked away by Diaz. Throw in for Edmonton.
Good to get wide to Eli Allen, who's on the way to the goal.
Loose ball picked up by Davis. Diaz. One time into the corner for an onside Devin Deldo. Cosgriff. Back to Diaz. Davis. Kosmanov comes back to put his head on it. We'll have to keep an eye on the good step there by Takata. Diaz, Cosgriff to that midfield play. That's a nice luxury for head coach Manny Lagos.
It sure is.
Davis now.
Now we have to see if Simone can eventually complete a forward pass. He's doing all right going back.
Diaz. Good ball out to Allen. Pressure for the Stars. 34 minutes in. Good touch there by Deldo. Eli Allen finally decides to do so. Diaz. Pressured by Seiko. Support to Olt. High of about 90 degrees, so adding on the humidity, so that makes a world of difference. Diaz trying to knock it long. Deldo, they've it's been a good challenge, and it's been a close game and whatnot. So fans have been entertained by some very, very good soccer, regardless of the teams that step on this field.
Exactly right. All 8 teams in the league are quality. Well, that was a little bit of a hostile ball by Cristiano.
He is starting to lessen, so hopefully we'll see the step up in tempo. Or Diaz plays along for Bracalello. Diaz pressured by Porter. Rego.
Forward, stretching across the middle, putting pressure on the backs. No, but it should give the Stars another player in the midfield, but getting a sloppy pass out of the back.
Takada keeps the ball going left to Diaz. So scoring for FC.
And get their act going again and start knocking the ball around well.
Here's Diaz. Gotsmanoff over to Diaz. Diaz at midfield. Not in the 64th. Header by Diaz! Saved by Bart!
Great save. Great save by
Super not in the 64th. Throw in coming up. And Cosgrove. Those substitutions coming in the 77th minute.
And Toniak almost won that one. 3 guys around him. I thought he was going to get through with it.
Davis, pressured by Rago. Playing well, so see if he does it again. Off the head of Porter. Stars need to kind of speed it up a little bit here. Running out of time.
So as we said, Jack Stewart called up him. Barbara sent into Campos. And over all of that cooler, that's why we were missing some ice. There's quite a few fans. They got a free beer.
Minnesota very energized so far in this game.
Yeah, they've been the better side. I think even Martin Rennie would admit that, as most of the game has been played in this half, Minnesota's half, on the right of your screen.
At the end of the season, you don't want to be losing games right away, and people start doubting themselves or whatever. I call him a super defender, but he understands what he has to do back there. It's probably not his fault. I think he's going to continue to get better as a defender. 6 games in the new stadium. As my relatives up there, it's a great place to be.
A little better than the Dome?
A lot better than the Dome. People actually can see the ball when it's a possible 18 for both Puerto Rico and for the Railhawks. Once again,
kind of effort, Charlie, and it's easier said up here, but you want to look up and see orange jerseys going with you.
Right, and hard. And of course, you always can rationalize, well, there was too many people in the box or what.
Steal. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Thanks, Charlie. That's so well said. He spun his whole body around there to get his left foot on that one.
I'm not even sure he needs cleats on his left side because it's always kicking the ball.
Right.
Dressing casual today, too.
Yeah, he is. Got the capris going.
I don't still do capris very well. Unless I'm told. Got a couple Railhawks warming up, but no Minnesota players.
Yeah, Alan Russell, I saw him warming up earlier. I mean, he's so key.
Well, Dean, I think the Martin's going to be talking about them having to play better if they're going to win this game.
I agree.
And by better, I think a little bit more effort, some more runs off the ball, and dynamic runs. Not just Minnesota has been the aggressor so far.
And to up the pressure, I think it starts with number 10, Etienne Barbar. Pablo Campos to go with 1 assist. Meanwhile, Johnny Steele, 7 assists, just 1 behind the league leader, Etienne Barbar. Minnesota back with a second-half goal on the road. Miller in a battle there.
To a fast start like this is in a small league, 8 teams total. And a little bit too hard of a toss by Etienne. He went some
Takata, but the ball will come free. Now it's going to get to Aaron Hill. He's going to let it play over, and now it's just cleared out and over the line by Cristiano. Will be a corner kick. 4F's looking to send it long, about 18 yards out across the midfield. King is underneath it. Challenge, but it's won by Minnesota. Second ball to enter a home of any particular team as Minnesota gets the long ball, and they'll play out from their backside. Week in the last couple nights, here it is. Ball tried to go over for King, and it's going to make its way back to Joe Warren, who able to handle this one for the first time tonight. 8:15 into the game. Long ball is going to clear everyone. Headed back by Savage. Cristiano has it for Minnesota. It's going to Sanfilippo at the midfield stripe. Tries to get to King in the box. Headed away, though, by Cristiano to Savage's chest. Ambersley will just flip this off his head. Taken away by Cristiano for Minnesota. Mosey takes it on the inside. He'll try and win it, but Minnesota gets it and will send it down the field once again. Careless defense. Thrown out over the head of Ambersley. Cristiano wins that one rather easily. At his feet. He's going to try and get with it, but the rebound's going to come out to him. There by Rodriguez. JP Rodriguez and Sanfilippo can't connect with Amber. Looking for Mosey off of Minnesota. But Tampa Bay will get possession after a couple of other his center field position. Over King, headed away by Cristiano. Ball's going to come free to Millian. Millian takes one move. He's into the penalty area, left foot, and just we're watching on video as Mosey keeps it inbounds. Now brought down off the chest by Cristiano. He'll play it back to Attinella. Attinella just now sends it out. Rodriguez tests this. Cristiano just sends it towards the corner. To the feet of Ambersley. Ambersley can't find Savage. Pascal 30 yards out, looking for a ball across. It is cleared away. Turn and beat the defender. Tries to go over the top. Cristiano gets there gets the defender in the air, but he can't get the second ball. Now Aaron King has it at midfield. It's going to go off it, but he's still around Cristiano. Cristiano back behind it. He's got to turn. There were two defenders. Ball it. And couldn't utilize that speed he has as the ball played into the penalty area for Ambersley. And Cristiano has to send it out. Corner kick. So Mosey runs back. Got a defender on him. Now the right foot into the penalty area. One man on him. That's Rodriguez. Cross in. Going to be cleared away, but not out of the play.
Maintains possession. He'll play it in support to Diaz.
Good strength in the ball by Brian to keep that possession.
Coming into this evening's game off a heartbreaking 2-1 loss to FC Tampa Bay. Brian Coleman getting the only goal in that game for the Stars. Hands of Warren.
Brian Coleman took a little risk trying to dribble there. It is not the time to do that.
August Coleman. Swings it over to Diaz. 9th minute of play, 0-0 our score here. On a beautiful night in Blaine, Minnesota. Nice crowd gathered here for the... When was Kosgrove going to pull the trigger? He had a couple opportunities with that left foot.
Yes, he did.
Working around Maurer, getting Maurer well out of goal, and then sliding it away into the lower right corner.
Back from left to right and just head up and saw the defenders in the goal.
Anthony Hamilton and Luke Mulholland, two of the newcomers to the Stars. They played in their first game earlier. Diaz, now Altman. And now it's the Stars, Cristiano Diaz with the touch to Justin Davis.
Biello with a long run down the right side. A nice cross. Becke waiting. Well defended by Miami. The danger still exists. Becke with a shot. And he can't get. Finds Adam Braz. And quickly the impactor into the attacking third. And they make a cross to Charles Becke. And he is. We're going to say Biello. No, you're not. You're going to say Rocco
Biello. No, I'm going with Mauro Biello. It would be poetic justice for this guy to get the first goal.
Yes, but it's going to be Rocco Placentino. He's getting most of the chances. Noah, why don't you chime in here? Who's going to get this first goal? We've been waiting so long. Everybody's got to have a thought on it.
Mauro Biello.
They are here to stay and play.
It's John Avery with it for Miami. Miami being patient, passing it among defenders. It's Avery. Just about everyone has shown up tonight on this kind of chilly evening again in Montreal, as we're still kind of waiting for summer to come.
And I hate what just Alfonso. I've loved how
Pezzoli takes on his man and feeds Placentino. Placentino a little flick on, hoping to find Charles Becquet. And to Miami's half, Placentino takes on his man, tries to find Becquet. Too much space between. To Nevio Pizzolito. Pizzolito watches Placentino run long downfield, tries to search him out. Cristiano Dias defends well, and Miami has possession of ball, having to slow down.
and lead him onto the net, not into the corner flag. That ball was into the corner flags. He had no chance. Second challenge is stopping the Montreal player, but a good build-up by Montreal. When they go with pace and take on this Miami team, that's when they're starting to find creativity. When they actually slow it down or try to knock them long.
I find that the tenor of this contest is changing here in the second half.
Absolutely in favour of Miami, and we hit the hour mark with 3 impact players warming up. I don't think it's going to be more than 5 minutes before the introduction. I wouldn't be surprised for Nick DeSantis to make a double substitution.
Impact with Lara, singled out by Noel just now for poor play. Charles Becquet with an opportunity takes on his man. Long ball to Joey Jurtson. Jurtson gets ahead on it. It's Rocco Placentino in a battle with Cristiano Dias. Dias wins the back heel. Simon Gotti defends that very nicely. And Gotti kicks it out down the left wing. He likes the space in front of him. He shoots. The cross is nice. And Diaz heads it away effectively, and it's a throw-in. Joey Jurtson has the ball on the throw-in. He crosses into Lesage, who is not able to connect. And it's a kick well downfield where we have 10 minutes in this contest, and Miami has just put the ball back in play. Josh Saunders with the goal kick. And here, 3 points here in Montreal. It's Chris Williams over to Cristiano Dias, a lateral pass there. Over to John Avery.
With it's not the best result you're going to do, but with 10 men's, this is as good as it's going to get. Look for a tie now.
So here we are, the Montreal take a single point. And that's what the Montreal Impact are up against right now. And even though they're in Miami's
field position, Montreal is going to play with 4 across the midfield, 4 across the back, and a lone striker in Lesage, and see if they can take some chance.
Miami half. Joey Jurtson to Alex Supernov, full of energy. His first touch of the ball in this contest. And it's kicked out of bounds.